So, welcome to Planet Hell. Let's go. Well, we are today witnessing the first winter of our crazy colony, and I really don't know how the chances of survival are for today's episode. I think they are still pretty good, due to the fact that we aren't yet that deep in the passing of time. The more time passes, the more cruel the attacks will grow. But for now, I think the temperatures and the low amounts of food are our worst enemies. Okay, well, let's see. We got skill points available on the Blood Mage like crazy. So, duration, amount of blood created. I want to upgrade Rend on both ends there, because I think it's a great spell. And oh well. I'm not sure if I really want to increase the poison potency or if I shouldn't concentrate now on other things. Like, yeah, I think Esto, I'll pump up her cure disease skills. As cool as the poison thing is, we got 2 people that are focusing into damage already. That's really not necessary to make it harder than is necessary. Hey, Aikishi, welcome. You are really, really quick today. Happy to see you. So, let's see. Are you kidding me? We got indoors temperatures of minus 21 degree with those heaters. Good lord. We need way more heaters. We need way more power. Good thing that the solar panels are getting done soon. So, I mean, that's, by the way, why I didn't erase the campfire. Oh yeah, I know why it happens. Ah, never mind. It's because the vents are leading into the open outdoors. This way, vents are actually working against you. They are letting the cold air in, and you actually can close them to stop that. So if I would close these now, I guess the temperature would rise again. It's not that important though. People are well enough insulated. So let's see. I really feel like I don't want to let that Caribou pass. So let's see if West gets a lucky shot on that thing. Well, that's been a miss. Some wise person told me how to use Firebolt better. So the comment was very, very helpful, and I felt like sharing it. The thing is, Firebolt is really bad against moving targets, yes. But in a situation where you are in a regular firefight, where people are bunkered up and hiding behind rocks and all, this spell comes in really, really handy. Because not only do you have a very high chance of hitting, you also set your enemy on fire, so you win on 2 ends. You disable the guy and you get a nice chance of dealing damage. Yo, West, are you moving? That thing might be burning, but it still seems to kick your ass. Okay, here we go. Prioritize extinguishing fire. So I hope today I have configured it in a way that I'll catch all the chat quickly. Alright. You see, we are low on food, so I really feel like if there's a Caribou roaming around there, we should just do what we could. Also, it's skill points for the mages. Extremely powerful. The more magic you can make your mages do, better. Yeah, see? Indoors temperatures are rising now. I mean, it's still pretty chill in there, but that's fine. Let's just hope that we get the solar panels researched fast. I really don't feel like burdening them up with manual work until that's done. So now, I feel like that's way more important right now. By the way, important, I feel like what's really important right now is that we make Dunite blocks. Oh, by the way, there's one really important thing about these jobs. They have not a limited ingredient radius so far. It's a real bummer if you forget that, and you catch them all of a sudden catching a chunk of rock here, and then they walk down there, and they cut it, and then you realize that's why nothing's getting done. Just the little things, you know. Rimworld has a lot of crazy little things. So I think what I want to do now is I really want to get that disease knowledge up, because I really feel like that's a powerful thing. Probably want to reduce the costs as well. It's hard. Fire mages shine more when raiding others. Well, it depends. You get these situations when a combat is not over quickly. You come always to the point where people take cover and exchange fire between one party is in cover and the other party is in cover, and you just pray to God that Iron Jesus is with you, and you are the one that takes them down first. In these situations, the Fire Mage rules supreme, because all those spells are devastating once the people are not moving anymore. That comment really opened my eyes how to use the Fire Mage. I sadly forgot who made it, but I really wanted to share. This guy is a siege mage, so to say. He shines in any siege situation, because these skills, you have single target, you have one cheap AoE, and you have one costly big-ass AoE. So don't get me started about the firestorm we might get one day. I highly doubt that somehow. It's going to be rough, though. It's really going to be rough. I don't know. It's a test for me how long I can survive for real as well, because I seriously never tried. With Rimworld of Magic, that is. I tried without Rimworld of Magic, and I made it a while. So I'm really curious how it's going out this time. Okay. I still have enough power on the grid, so we can make these rooms like that. Well, the temperature indoors is at least in the positive degrees. They should be happy. Oh yeah, somebody asked me if I could make the cat bed. I don't know who that was, but I felt like, yeah, that's a fair request. The poor thing doesn't need to lose its lives out there like that. So let's see. What do I have here? Pigskin. That's a good one. You don't want to use pigskin anyway, so let's put the, I would say the cat with the many lives is fitting to the Fire Mage. It's a Phoenix Owl cat after all, so I think. Kappa Unreal, which magic class is my favorite in Rimworld of Magic? Oh, that's hard. I can only name a few. So, first off, I'm in love with the Arcane Mage. Magic Missile is one kick-ass single-target spell. You do so much damage with that to one specific target, it can't miss. It's awesome. You can take out any priority target with that spell so well. And blink. Blink, 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 blink. These guys are so effing mobile. You can use Arcane Mages so multi-purpose. They can suddenly blink somewhere and get a free shot on somebody that's actually hard to hit. And they got so much utility. I love them. I do mention them because they aren't that obvious at the first glance, but I really feel like in a game where traveling is always dangerous and where it's really hard to have guaranteed hits, the Arcane Mage is one of my personal favorites. Beyond that, let me think. Let me think. Which one did I have the most fun with so far? Definitely a big fan of the Necromancers. Yeah, Necromancers rock. They're really awesome. The only downside is they interact bad with the AI storyteller insofar that when you have those zombies, they count as colonists, but they aren't as good as colonists. They count as slaves, so slaves are also not as valuable to the storyteller like colonists, but still they have way more downsides compared to a slave. So basically, the big problem and the big bummer about Necromancers is when you want to go full-on minion master army, you're going to ruin your day mostly because you're making itself hard for you. But beyond that, oh man, they got so many cool things that you can do with them. And last but not least, let's name a third one. Which one did I like as well a lot? Well, can't lie, I love monks. They aren't, they aren't, well, okay, we were talking about magic classes, never mind. Wow. Gotta admit, I love the druid. They are a little bit OP, but they're just so nice. They can make limbs regrow. They are just like a Swiss Army knife. Regeneration, heals people, cure disease. You know, you always hate those food poisoning sprees. Poison is a kick-ass damage spell, although only single target. And Beguile Animal, if you really want to roll with it, it's also really awesome because you can't just pick up any animal that you want with it. So the Thrumbo is mine, so to say. Or anything, any else big animal. They are really, really strong all-rounders. Golemancers, oh yeah, they were a lot of fun too. Although, I gotta say, I really should do that again, because the whole golem mechanic has been so much more refined since my run. You know, when I was starting out, that was pretty bad to play with it. There were a lot of iffy interactions, and it was hard to command them. And also there's a lot more content now to Golemancy compared to my last run. We might go for something like that as well. Let's see about that. Alrighty. Let's see about that. That's only a major break risk. Why is Esdo one major break risk? Because you are in serious pain. Okay. Sadly, only blood mages can heal their own scars with that. Or scar removal, we'd need a priest. We don't have a priest yet. So we are making nice progress with the walls, though. I'm not fast forwarding as much as I am usually, because I wanted to stay on track with the events. So this will definitely fix up Esdo's mood. You know what, Esdo? Since you are so pissed about the situation, what about you picking up Elinike's bed and making sure that that person is not going to ruin your sleep tonight? Are we out of power? Yes, we are. Okay. Too bad, but that room isn't occupied after all, so it's fine. Some good set of favorites. I'm into Chronomancers, Chaos Mages. I only had rolled with a Chronomancer once, and yeah, they are fun too. Chronomancers are really cool. My first YouTube series I made with Rimworld of Magic, I had a Chronomancer there, with a quite nice narrative. I still can remember it thoroughly. Like, his name, I even have the name. His name was Dennis, and he was a really young guy. And when the first raid hit town, one of the first raids, we were raided by a Chronomancer who slapped an aging spell on him, and boom! Man in his middle of the 20s suddenly turns mid-40, has asthma, life sucks. He really had a hard time, and then I made him Chronomancer, and then he spent, like, at least 2 quarters with nothing else than casting that rewind spell on himself until he was back in his 20s. I'm happy again. It was a wonderful thing. Totally enjoyed that. From what has happened to what I made out of it, I'm quite proud of myself. It was a fine series. Although it grew a bit boring in the end when we were all stumpy. But, well, it's all. Everything has its downsides, I'd say. That's why I went with difficulty 500 here, because it makes things a lot more spicy. Well, let's do. Wait a sec. Who's the lowest level mage in town? Actually, West is already level 15. You know what? I'll just do. We'll just do we're just going to roll with Project Overkill. So, Kenneth is going to hurt himself. I really should amp up the blood sacrifice skill a bit. It seems to be inappropriately weak. So, we're Where are the mousies? Oh, the mouse is hiding between the pigs. Smart. Ah, yeah, of course they are roaming there because there's food. Okay, so, dang, my plan just came to a halt. Well, we could take that piggy down there. One little piggy went astray. Wonderful, that's what I needed. I just want something to slap Rend on. And then I want to cast Blood for Blood. And then I want to kite. So, I think, yeah, mission accomplished. Kenneth is full HP again. Gained some XP out of that, I hope. And Esdo will so too, by poisoning that thing. Slap. Take that. Boom. That's the way we're hunting. So... I gotta check out Chaos Mages, though. Thanks for the pointer. They somehow slipped my radar entirely so far. Oh, look! They, the piggies didn't take that well. Dang. Well played, Cassandra, well played. So, what do I have here? Yo, Kenneth, let's do this one more time. And we are being raided at the same time. Okay. They are preparers. Nice. But that also means we need to take care of the piggy pig a little bit more conservatively. Because we will need our powers for something else. So, Kenneth, you go you take the easy way. The easy, cheesy way, you know? That's, mad animals, they aren't that smart. This thing will now run against the door a bit. Probably. Maybe even not even that. Why is it running away, though? Good lord, look at that horde. 14 people. Jesus. That's going to be hard. I was waiting for the first of these. I knew they would come. But it's so annoying that we got the mad piggy in the way. Alright, so the first thing I want to do is I'm going to take west. Move her over there. And... okay, I don't really need to know what that thing's doing. There's a decent chance that this beastie will turn and run into one of my traps. What I want to do now is I want to get close enough to these freaks over there and make sure they are going to get lobbed on with a nice fat fireball. Because, you know, I have picked up that spell for exactly these occasions. So, let's see. Good lord, the range. Do you see that? Holy moly. That's gonna kick ass. Let's go! Alright, so, let's see. It was a nice punch of damage on them. I got a lot of these. Although, I'm a little bit disappointed about the damage, all in all, but I think, okay, that spell cast took away 2 of them for me. Kinda like expected a tiny bit more. So... alright, we got the pig situation under control. So what do we have here in terms of options? There's another fire claw in store, so we should just run away for now. The thing here is these guys are only attacking if we get too close. So let's pick up the rest of the squad and move them a little bit closer. So Kenneth is bleeding, and that's good. That's how blood mages really do it. They cut themselves into toe. You always thought they do that hand thing, huh? No, that's how they do it. Jeez. Alright. Just waiting for the fire claw to be available, and let's evaluate my options. So, Kenneth could drop in a Fat Rand. I think I should do that. Let's see, how high is the range? Pretty high, okay. So... it's a rough engage, though. Really want to make sure that... yeah, that's as close as I'll get. Don't want to get closer under any circumstances, because it's way too dangerous to be wounded. If anybody of us gets downed out there, we're in deep trouble. So now we are going to get back. So Kenneth, well... no, we're not going to do anything for Kenneth. Hades, welcome. Does me having YouTube Premium help your stream? Not... If you want to know exactly how it works, people with YouTube Premium automatically earn me money by watching my stuff, whereas people without Premium need to watch ads to generate revenue for my channel. So basically, yes, you are actually helping by just watching. That's been the question. Happy to see you, mate. So, Chaos Mages will sacrifice your colony to the almighty random. Well, nothing better than miscasting a spell and food poisoning every living body on the map right before a raid. That sounds like fun. In a way. Alright, let's see what we did so far. I think they will want to attack after a while, but I figured we're going to give our peeps a moment of respite. And let's say, let's do this like that. Kenneth shall tend to Kenneth. Just want to stop the bleeding. I don't need any more blood. And we can do another blood sacrifice if necessary. Let's see how many of these fells will drop before the raid begins. So here we go. If they actually do me the favor of preparing for a while before they attack, things are a lot easier. So now they are attacking us. This is what I've been afraid of. Okay, so let's see. What do we have here? We have 30 mana on the Fireball, the Fire Mage. That's really not much. Let's see, there is a high difference in terms of speed with these guys. They have mostly low range weaponry. So I'd say we'll retreat down here. This way they'll have to traverse most of my traps. Maybe we'll make a stop for now here. So Ezdo. Ezdo is a real good assassin in a way. Her poison spell has a fairly high range, and it's really devastating. Especially to moving targets. This person here is smart enough to not walk into my range, but whatever. We're going to take out one of these fellas like that. Boom. Done. And, well, I think another good option to take this would also be to take a choke point strategy. Because I have Blood Mage. I can tank the hell out of these, but okay. Never mind. The poison was scaring the hell out of them. That's how we do it, man. Well, I take these very carefully, you know. But I gotta say, Fireball was so far definitely worth the money. Let's invest in, let's see, mana rate recovery. Yeah. Due to the Unofficial spell, I really need more mana on this character. Some gear might help too. Alright, there we go. These guys there can feed the local fauna. Well, raid of 14 people was easy, wasn't it? I love it when that works out like that. That's why Rimworld of Magic is really bonkers, you know? That's why it is really, really bonkers. And we're basically just starting out. I really feel like if I'd be able to lob 2 fireballs in a situation like this, I'd be gaining a ton. Alright, so let's just hope that one day soon the solar power will be available. I think West started out with the intellectual skill of 0, if I remember correctly. She surely developed some. Yeah, flesh golems, that's true, man. We could do a lot of flesh golems. I really should try a 500-person run and with golemancers now that we talk that much about it. I mean, seriously, you're being attacked by tons of enemies, and you get so much material for free to work with. It must be amazing. I mean, you can do a lot of upgrades on the flesh golem with, well, literally just flesh. That's why they are flesh golems. I should probably really consider that in the next run. As you heard right, next run. Definitely gonna do more of that. I'm having so much fun here. Hope you guys too. So let's do some overkill. Rend. Let's see. Can I do blood for blood on somebody who's not wounded at all? Does that work? So it does madden them. And there is blood loss involved. Okay. Let's see. So the rat is down, and meanwhile, his wounds were closing. I see. And then it died from the blood loss. Got a minor bleeding now, but I somehow think the self-tending on him might be actually a smart way of dealing with it. This way we'll have at least one doctor in town. You don't need to be Golemancer to create golems, is that so? I thought you need the Golemancers for that. Okay, they aren't made at the butcher table anymore. There has been some changes to that. Dang. So, Golem Theory, okay. Dormant Maharal Golem, Dormant Stone Golem. There's a lot of new stuff going on there. But since it is all locked behind research, not gonna happen so soon. Transport pod crash. Raccoon. Yeah. Oh, yeah, wait a sec, that's a prison cell. Eric. Rescue Coon. Hope that guy's gonna make it that long. Already hypothermic. So we're gonna heal him Mage's style. Slap a regen on, and good to go. See ya! I hope now I get goodwill from that. Because the last time somebody got up on his own volition, I didn't get goodwill from that. And I really hope that this way we're getting it. By the way, one thing that I just realized we could do already. There is literally no reason whatsoever why we shouldn't set up the batteries already that we're going to use. So, yeah, let's make 4 batteries. I got plenty of steel here available, so... Since I plan to roll the entire colony Sola, Golemancer can give and get bonuses too from golems, which can roll without mages otherwise. Thanks, guys. I really would have overlooked that one. But you're of course right. Since it's technology, since it's a technology thing. Alright, yep. Those guys like me now. . 'Dawn up there is having a party. 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 'Dawn Meanwhile, our walling project takes really good progress here. Super happy, so to say. Alright, so my plan basically would be to make a beachhead here. So basically, probably, if I can, I would love to transform this entire thing into a kill box here. Let's see how that'll work. As though chemical starvation, yeah. Hard to get drugs here. And we surely have other troubles. So here's another thing that's been bothering me. The stone blocks are supposed to be stored here. Yep. Literally no reason to store these indoors. No advantage. They have no... They don't deteriorate outside, and therefore it's a shorter way than passing through 2 doors and going in there. So, you there, you need a weapon too. Oh, wait a sec, I'd rather take the combat handgun. If I can decide between a flintlock and a combat handgun, I know what I'll prefer. Good, good. We have now firearms for everybody. Also makes quite the difference. Okay, disease knowledge is now maxed out on that skill. I think that's all I'm going to do for in terms of cure disease leveling. Maduk. Welcome, Maduk. Buy my junk. I don't want to wear the flintlock. It's not my style. Flintlocks do have one big advantage though. They hit like a truck when they hit. But they have very, very slow firing time. Are pretty inaccurate. I have a pretty big disdain for them, therefore. But beyond that, if you can figure your way around that, they're really kicking ass. By the way, kicking ass, these guys had some megafauna animals for sale. That would have been nice too. But, well, I even have a handler now for stuff like that. Should consider that in the future. And we need to hunt something quite soon. Or we're going to pluck some berries that I've left somewhere. Or is it now like that, that in winter berry bushes don't carry any berries anymore? Seems like they died. It's been a very long time since I played in a boreal forest. No, here. I knew it, that the modded ones are not letting you down. Berry bushes still carry fruit. Now let's see, select similar things on map. Yeah, the berry bushes actually go inert during the winter time. Interesting. Bird's psychic drone. So we'll get a high-level psychic drone for that if we take in a person we know nothing about. Or wait a second, did I just... Do I know anything about Bird? No. Go away. Let the Catholics grieve for this person a while. I really need to go for a conversion thing here. But first I need to finish up the fortifications. We're making really nice progress here on the fortifications. Damn quick. I didn't expect to be that fast here with everything. But on the other hand, it is not the most huge fortification I ever drew up. So, not too surprised that it's doable. Okay, well then, let's say... I need some mining here. Extreme break risk. Ravenously hungry. Well. Alright, I think we should get busy and get ourselves some pork. Let's help ourselves to some pork. Morning pork. There we go. That's the good morning pork, and the other porks will come later. Porky pork. Alrighty. Oh, look at that. Maybe we don't even need pork. Or are they leaving the map? If so, we need to stop them. Let's take this one. And Esdo can slap a poison on this one. Yeah, they're malnutritioned. That's why. At some point, malnutritioned animals will roam from the map, and that's why I'm stopping them before that happens. Because I would find that quite unforgivable to waste that good food. What I personally find most OP about the whole poison spell is that it doesn't spoil the food. To my understanding, a poisoned creature should not yield that much food anymore. Alright, Esdo. I didn't expect it to go down like that, but whatever. Okay. We're creating some weird islands out here. But it's fine. Oh, solar panel is nighly upon us. We can upgrade ourselves so hard when we get there. It was quite hard for me not to expand into more wood-fired generators there. But I really held me back successfully. Because, let's be honest, they suck. Like, for real, they suck. For real. They're just a good way of getting fast power. Stop walking. And this spell is also dirty cheap. Poison doesn't cost you too much. It's 15 mana, standard. It's a joke. Alright, it got us food into the colony again. Nice. Charity refused. So how bad is that for you folks? No alien slaves in colony. Those Catholics, man. Oh, we haven't helped somebody in need. But where are those alien slaves, for Christ's sake? They have been promised to us since centuries. I prefer my magic worshippers. Might be wacky too, but who cares? So, I think I might bridge it up. Do I run deeper, better bridges in this game? Heavy bridges, yeah. And I got sandstone on the map, so we can easily build those. So, are we out of green chunks, say? Yeah. Figures. They were so busy before, and therefore, here. That's gonna do the trick. Meanwhile, west... Yeah, well... How about my ideology, by the way? Sacrifice of God. Animal sacrifice. No, that's... Champion fair. Oh, that's the one we're not doing because I don't have the light ball. And deleted speeches 4 days too. What are these alien races? That's D&D races that I'm playing. Bolton Aris, welcome, happy to see you. It's I basically plugged in fantasy races into the game because I always feel like Rimworld of Magic is much more fun if you have actual fantasy races too. I don't know how you guys see that, but I definitely see it that way. And I don't know what the alien races are these guys are muttering about. I'd only assume that any of these would work. Strange shiny mineral. We have sky steel, folks. And no Arcturian sky eels. I'm disappointed. Alrighty, look at us go. Oh, you crossed the wrong turf. So yeah, it's got a little bit of distance. Oh, let's see. Run! It's a ferocious raccoon. Alright, good excuse for slapping a regeneration on West. Zap. There, let's see. So, those really small critters, they don't have enough blood in them before they die to fill up Kenneth's... to heal Kenneth's wounds directly. Just like to experiment around so I know how this mage really works. Guess this comes from the Human Alien Races framework. Yes, Kaffa, I think so too. Alright, we got skill point on the Fire Mage. Well, let's do more Fireball efficiency here. This spell is kind of like one of my favorite tricks, and we're going to use it a lot, I think. So, let's see, we are 8 mana down. Okay. And technically, with the next one and another mana increase, I'd be getting there. So let's see. Now that the outer wall is done, we're going to do some for the well-being of our folks. The thing here is, flooring is not entirely luxury. It's also... Where's the sandstone, man? Here. It's also very helpful to keep the moral up of your folks, and therefore we're doing it. Just gotta make sure that we got enough sandstone. Because lately we had some break risk issues, so I really gotta make sure that people are freaking out a little bit less, you know. Power is here. Wonderful. So we can finally flick on these things here. Nice. Alright, so I got 1 bill for that. Paste. 1 bill for that. Paste. There we go. Progress. Alright, so far so good. Getting some steel out of that here is also quite a nice side effect, gotta say. Didn't see that coming. What I do see coming by now is the next attack. Because it's about time. So, we're going to dismantle the generator here, because I want the parts back. to make sure that we're not going to run low on power, I'll just set up one more of these thingies. And we'll dig out some of those, and also deconstruct some ship chunks that are lying around. But we got options. Oh, there's even some titanium ore there. Fancy. Dear, would you kindly... Oh, forget about that. There's no other way there. There's deep water. They can't. Winter's almost over. That's good news. I'm so freaking afraid about the next attack, I can't lie. 14 attackers the last time. It's only getting worse from here. So what are we going to research now? I got, finally, the power production down. I think we're going to roll down the military complex here. And hopefully reach one day the turret technology. So yeah, we need more solar panels. 8 frickin' Mechanoid cluster. Okay. So, what do we have here? We don't have any troublemaker. We have a demolisher, we have an assembler, we have a dagger snout, we have a turret. So this basically works for us and not against us. Good news. Bad news, I have to settle a zone for that. So, new area, rename, danger, name. So, invert and clear out. So we're basically not going to leave the map in this direction anymore. But this can be really useful, as a matter of fact. So I think this shouldn't be too much. Let's check out how far can this thing shoot. Okay, that's okay. So we got neighbors now. Does poison work on mechs? No, it doesn't. We are very, very ill-equipped to handle mechs right now. None of my mages are too proficient dealing with mechs. The only thing that would work would be the fire mage, but even that, fire is another one of the strong sides of these guys, so my colony would be actually quite screwed if we'd have to deal with these guys directly. So... but it's okay, we are going to use them for our case. So... or we are just going to run away screaming from the map and settle down on some other tile. Always works too. Because I'm pretty sure this thing alone would be able to kill us. Demolisher charges, turret that fires explosive warheads. Fun. You don't get a real readout about these weapons. Let's see here. Maybe there. 20 damage. Yikes. Good lord. 30% armor pen. Cooldown 1 second. Warm up 1 second. What the hell? That's pretty OP, man. But if we'd ever get attacked from something from this flank, they're going to be useful. Alrighty. So... we don't produce enough power out of the solar panels to fill the batteries before sundown. It's okay though, we're just going to amp up our power production, that's fine. I'd love to research geothermal power too, but I somehow don't feel like we can afford this loss of time there for real. Oh yeah, we are going to use this here now too. And this needs to be filled. Don't want anybody to use that as a niche to fight there. Are there any mods to convert our hack mechs to work for the colony? Yes, there are. I think it's called What the Heck or something like that. Maybe get the geothermal research and change the planning defense slightly to the northern part of the wall. Could be worth it. It's a long-term plan, well done. It's a long-term plan. My colony sucks really hard at researching so far, so I'm rather going for the tech that gives me access to gun turrets, because I feel like that'll bring me more in a short period of time. And then go geothermal later down the road. Maybe on the next tile, even. Who knows? 3,200 points are quite a lot for me in this situation right now. Whereas for pretty much the same amount, let's see, 500, 5,560, 2,060, 2,560, 3,060, yeah. I even pay less research points in total to get access to the gun turret technology, and this also gives me the ability to craft guns myself in the future. That sucks. Mages with small brains. You named it. You named it, my man. Alrighty, so they were also been mages with small-brained content creator, because I forgot to make the to assign the Void Seeker role in this cult, so I really gimped myself. Let's just pretend I did it on purpose, okay? So I'm waiting for the first reform to bring the Void Seeker into the game. The thing about the Void Seeker is, the Void Seeker is freaking massive. It's one of the most powerful, overpowered roles that I've seen in Rimworld of Magic, because you can basically summon a elemental rift with that guy every once in a while. And that is just so powerful. I'm so sad that I don't have access to that yet. But, well. Let's do some extra shooting training here. Alrighty, here we go. Our food stockpiles are running a tad bit low. Therefore, gotta make sure we get some fresh meat. So whatever's strolling around here is so tiny that I'm actually overlooking it. One is my cat. What's the other thing? Something between the trees. Oh no, it's a crystal mitt. I mistook that for a plant. Westfield! Like, did I care? Alrighty. Raccoon, do I have any people on hunting duty? Well, let's put that on Halesome. He's pretty good on that, and he's expendable too. Sounds a bit cruel, but I don't care. We need more food. But at least the winter is now officially over. We have reached April-May. So that means forage is available soon too again. And all in all, the gun turret tech is for me always a very welcome one. Not because I think gun turrets are inherently that good. I actually value the gun turrets way more for their quality of exploding in people's faces than the bullets they spit out. It's a bit sad because they got nerfed so effing hard that it's really almost impossible nowadays to... Oh, I should assign these zones too, don't I? It's so hard to put up a decent defense with gun turrets these days. So, They got rebuffed a little bit again, so they aren't as sucky as they were before, but they are still pretty sucky. Pretty sucky. So here we have travelers passing by. These would take care of the problem one day too. And I mean, we got guns. At the end of the day, I think a blood mage putting a blood shield on somebody on the front line and us gunning from the back line should do something as well. Saying that, we really should consider, let's see, consider amping up the blood shield. The thing about the blood mage is he's generally such a powerhouse that you actually want to max out all the spells. It's very hard for me to settle down on which spell I want to max out because they are just all so effing good. So, due to that, let's do a bit of a late night Mega Sloth hunt. So, works out like that. Kenneth is going to hurt himself. A lot of my stories here begin like that. Then he's going to rent that thing. Then we're going to poison that thing. And then we're going to run. Meanwhile, we're going to slap another blood sacrifice. And blood for blood. Here we go. Alright, Kenneth is a little bit wounded, so perfect excuse for regeneration. Boom. So, there's a big chunk of meat in town. Here we go. Oh, I can't tolerate. We will be able to smelt that thing. Smelt that knife, boys. Very important. Okay, there we go. Wonderful. We got a big bad Mega Sloth. It's always awesome when they're just strolling around next door like that. So let's shoot the crystal mitt. I'm slowly reaching the point where I feel like it is worth it to train my peeps in shooting as well. So we have now 38 mana costs. That's still a little bit more. 2 spell casts would be 76 spell points, so we need still a bit more, but we'll be getting there. We'll be surely getting there. Alright. And as you see here, they really need that shooting training. Whoa. Ah, it's just a building quest. Brash joins. What's the story about you, Brash? You're an empath. Oh my god. They are so good. I haven't played an empath yet myself, but I've seen what they can do on my wife's side. She had a run centered around an empath, and they got a spell that allows you to just put an entire enemy team berserk, and that's just awesome. And that all just for building a tiny little shitty monument. Done. Done, done, done. Wonderful. Now that's a good deal. This will get our chances of survival, will help our chances of survival tremendously. Let's forbid that thing because we got more important things. So I got lots of the site, so bam. Let's see, we can let's make it as much as possible out of that stuff. Sarcophagus we can make out of wood. There we go. Oh no, we have the pew keys. Luckily we got that on autocast. So that should be not our bigger problem. Oh, I managed to go down here randomly. The hell? Well, there must be something below the snow I didn't notice. Cultivation mods for Rimworld. That would be actually badass. Actually surprised that nobody did that before, honestly. But well, it's a pretty new trend, I guess. New-ish, so to say. So, okay. We've lost our battery power, but beyond that, nothing terrible happened. So, our big bad mages get some skill points. Alright. Powered up the blood shield. And let's see. So, regeneration. Let's make that stronger and longer. I feel like that might come in handy too at some point. But sooner or later, we should be only talking about capacity anymore. Because it's really a lot about the mana that we got available. So, there's another Megaslav. Psychic Soothe. None. Every non-colonist smiles with contentment. I guess that's because they have the Warforged race enabled, and they happen to have no gender. So. What a fun line. Alright guys, it's time for the breakfast Megaslav. Did you not know what the breakfast Megaslav is? Now you will know. So, there we go. Kenneth will hurt himself. You know that story. And then we're going to rent that thing. We're going to poison that thing. We're going to burn that thing. Here you already can see again the power, the crowd control power of that spell. It might be not doing too much for us, but at the same time, it does set the enemy on fire, and therefore they skip their action. That's pretty nasty. Oh yeah, okay. You are allowed to pick that up. So another food poisoning happened, but, well, for now that's pretty okay. I did go for bandages on Kenneth for a reason, because I don't want to spend my mana on my druid now, recklessly. Because we are due with another attack. We are overdue with another attack. And I know Cassandra, she will slap us soon with something in the face, so let's be careful about that. Meanwhile, do we have enough of that stuff here? I somehow seem to feel bad about that. Here are some more chunks. Just looking for those in the close vicinity here, because I don't want my folks to run long holds there for no reason at all. Okay, beautiful. Damn, the pukes, man, the pukes. Alrighty. Kenneth get all the blood. Let's see. With all that blood he got, I really don't like it to waste that. Because his spells, they don't cost really that much mana. As you see here, this spell only did cost him blood. So... since I still had that from the last blood sacrifice, really like to do something out of these. Blood mages are cool. Like, it's a bit... they have a bit of a complicated skill set. Like, the wording is pretty complicated, but once you wrap your head around it, it is not that complicated at all, and it is really, really powerful. So yeah, we have here a typical case of the incompetent cook creates a batch of 4 poisoned meals. Typical. If one of the 4 is poisoned, all of the 4 are poisoned. Selling to Gamine... forget it, I'm not going to try to pronounce that. They would give me a Resurrectamex serum for Deer Skull. Where is your freaking stronghold? At the other side of the world, you say? Wonderful. Well, forget about it then. So... what? This thing destroyed... those blizzards are really kick-ass. And why is nobody carrying that poor thing into its bed? Come on, guys, what's wrong with you? Oh yeah, and since we are now settled in, I feel like I really want to have another heater. So, let's pick up these 2 chunks there as well. There we go. Oh, I can't wait to get the Empath. Like, an Empath will be... should be really, really powerful there. Another real cool thing about Empaths is, if I understood that correctly, as long as they are in a good mood, everybody else is too. They got a skill set that allows them to spread their mood, so to say. Alright, there's an Arctic fox. So, Kenneth, go hurt yourself. Before it eats our cat, you know. So I think Blood for Blood is probably one of the best solutions for hunting some small game. Because that's a spell that's actually healing him up. Killing the animal. Creating even blood for him. So let's see. Well, he still is bleeding a tiny bit, so... that doesn't really matter too much, though, so we at least have a excuse for him. Aw, to train his medical skill a bit, I wanted to say, but... can do the same with a Psychic Harmonizer implant. Yeah, that's how these work. The cool thing, I don't know if it's the master spell of the empaths or not, is that they have one spell that allows them to just turn an entire blob of people berserk onto each other. And that's just awesome, because this is, you know, perfect stuff for what we are facing here. Because at the end of the day, we have to use the enemy numbers against themselves. Otherwise, we're going to lose this. Or, well, this is one method of doing it, at least. Okay, we are quite fine so far. So I'm pretty sure that now we're going to finish the monument. There's the last bit of wall. Bam. Brash. Welcome, Brash. So first things first, you are supposed to be there. So, empathy. An empath has the ability to experience the emotions of those around them, reverberate their emotions to better understand the feelings of others, or to convey their own emotions. Blah. Okay. So they do automatically that. So here we can upgrade that mood thing, and that's Mind Killer here. It's not the master spell at all. Can cause hostile pawns to go berserk. The higher an affected pawn's mood, the more emotional energy is released. When untrained, the skill may affect nearby allies. Yeah, it's there. Suffocation increases maximum targets and overall strength. Okay, steely-eyed, mood consume, storm control, effect radius and success chance. Suppressive aura suppresses emotions of other pawns, allowing them to feel only what the empath wishes them to feel. With training, need to check that. Oh, it's okay. With training, the empath can allow positive emotions and suppress negative emotions. Side effects of the aura may cause transference of the emotions of the empath. Okay, that's pretty sick. Harvest passion. Oh yeah, that's this thing. They can pick up passions from other people and transfer them to other people. Totally forgot about that. It's random though. Symbiosis. Able to control it. Okay, and what's the big deal about that? Consciousness increase. Mood cost decrease. Protective shell. Okay, yeah, so you basically are allowed to fuse two pawns into one. When you read the 4th paragraph in the 2nd chapter, of which spell? Which spell were you referring to? I sadly missed that, Cuff. I'm sorry. Oh, I removed the street from here. That's what happened. I see. I was wondering what kind of floor is lying around here. So yeah, the street does indeed end here. Okay, so I'll definitely wait until Brash has the Mind Killer ability. Let's see, increases duration of emotion suppression, increases the radius, imitates feelings of joy and comfort to transfer to affected pawns. Okay. Well, let's check out the skills here. Wardening is really good on her. Oh, she's also a very passionate constructor. Brilliant. Okay. It's just a royal tribute collector. For a moment, I wanted to be nervous. So, there we go. Well, For the time being, I want this to be like that. I really gotta check how the attackers flow actually now. So the next thing we're going to do, some good old-fashioned power gaming. So rest is a breakdown. Our Empath might help with these problems as well in the near future. Alright. Drain the turkey. Yo, Kenneth, you're not supposed to make it even worse. Run! I love this. There we go. And now tend. Bite turkey beak. Alright, so I definitely want to get that Mind Killer. I think that's going to be the first, is the first power of the Empath an ongoing mood buff? Ish. It does transfer the mood of the Empath per se, and you can upgrade that, so you can make him get better things instead of bad things. But as far as I understood it, you can't turn it off. Wow, spell penetration. Yum. So let's see, basically everybody in here in the colony should already be a bit influenced there or not. Hard to say. Well, for now I'll be focusing on the Mind Killer thing. Base mood cost 0.3. So I bet 0.3 should mean 30%. There we go. The nuttiest cover in the rim. If you really want to make it perfect, you have to do a half circle here, but I'm too lazy. The idea is that you are standing behind the walls, taking the cover of the wall and the barricade at the same time. It is turned off, he says. Well, Empath uncontrolled. Well, the suppressive aura is turned off. That basic skill? Well, we'll find out. There's definitely no button to turn it on, because the suppressive aura is something else. Alright. I want to make sure that we don't have too many trees here in the way, because these are creating unwanted cover for our enemies, and that's absolutely unwanted. Okay then, let's pick up some extra Dunite chunks, and we have to do another thing. Because summer is coming. We'll now have to do coolers as well, but since I have a steady power production, don't worry, Waltan. I do like to see you guys engaging like that, and I'm often wrong too, so. And besides, Rimworld of Magic just has so many different things that I find it very hard to know them all. Even though I feel like I've spent already a lot of time with that mod, specifically. Alright, we're running a little bit low on food here. So... there's a couple of Daeodon that we could hunt. But honestly, let's go down there tomorrow and hunt these little critters there. So... let's automate that spell, because I want the Empath to level a bit, and let's see how that'll work. Suppressive Aura. Negative vibes times 10. Okay. Here, negative vibes. So, let's see. Positive vibe chance plus. So let's go for some positive thinking before we upgrade the Mind Killer. And I think it is time to go for some good old hunt here. Watch out, Kenneth has hurt himself. Let's see how Blood for Blood does work on a bigger animal. Yup, totally healing him up. Love it. So... Mind to help. There we go. So, Brash, you need a weapon too. Oh, I sold the flintlock. Whoopsie! I shouldn't have done that. Call of Cthulhu, well... I think I have it lying around somewhere, but no, I haven't tried it yet. You know, the thing. So many games, so little time. Alright, so let's give Brash this recurve bow at least. It's the best I can do. So, we have idle colonists. Wow. Okay. Just when you thought they would be down. There is one game that I'm considering to stream here on YouTube the next time. That's Undernauts, Escape from Yomi. I don't know if you guys know that. Labyrinth of Nomi, I like these. Quest for the Arl Shadow. So... no thanks, I'm not gonna go for that. These are, in a regular situation, already dangerous enough. And going here with Rimworld of Magic for that feels like I'm signing my suicide note. Alright, so Blood for Blood, what's there? Increases duration, increases the amount healed. Yeah, let's do that. Esdo doesn't have anything anymore. Damn. Well. Pretty sure this is outside our allowed zone. I mean, as long as the Mechanoids aren't awake, I might as well just have it not activated. But, you know, I'm a little bit angsty, and I am just trying to make sure that my dudes are not accidentally waking up the Mechanoids there. So, we also happen to need more living area, and we also happen to need room for ideological purposes. So let's see, what kind of stone do I have lots of? Granite is pretty plentiful. I mean, granite would have been a great choice for the outside fortifications as well, but whatever. I am now... I made this decision, so now I'm sticking to it. So, we got the... That's for my ideology, isn't it? Oh, I have to check it out. So, Chancellor of Faith. That's ours. Good. Let's make that bone. Because I got plenty of bone. And we are ritual. We are Neil Sheet preferers. Here we go. Let's make that plain leather. Whatever. So that'll work. The Elder Brain Pool, that belongs to the illicit race that we have with the D&D race pack. They need that for their own purposes. Well, for me, ACS, I personally liked ACS more than Tale of Immortal, actually. Tale of Immortal feels too grindy for my taste. And I totally got tilted by the combat mechanics when I went on Nightmare difficulty, though. I don't know. Didn't like it too much. Also, well, after playing ACS a ton, I gotta say, there's one big downside that I really dislike about the game as a whole, is that the devs are not responding to the shortcomings of the game and are not modernizing it, and instead working on the next sequel while they could polish their existing game into something really good. I think they would also learn more if they'd really polish ACS until it's done before they dive into the next project. I wish them the very best, because ACS was a very, very good time for me, but I'm somewhat concerned that this might end up not as we all imagine it, you know. That's just my personal stance. Because after, you know, I played this game a ton. I really, really played ACS a ton. And I can only say it has its glaring deficiencies, and it's mostly development mechanics. Like, things that you shouldn't do as a game dev. Or at least fix after a while. Just me personally. Tomusk, hello there. Well, it's 3 p.m. over here. That's why I'm hoping someone can create cultivation mods for Rimworld. So, give me a sec. Freut mich sehr, das zu hören. Also, ich tue, was ich kann. Bisschen schwierig von Englisch auf Deutsch zu wechseln. Ich muss mir wirklich einen Moment nehmen dafür, aber ich dachte mir, ich tue dir den Gefallen. So, that's been me talking German. Can do that. But, well, just wanted to say hi to people that say such nice things to me. Telling me that I'm doing great work is always a nice thing to say. I'm just doing my job, folks. So we are low on food. How about a tasty grizzly bear? Come on, guys. Lay down your work. There's bear meat to earn. Dragon Ball mods. I never played that. I must say, I've been just a tad bit too old for the whole Dragon Ball thing. When it was when it was hype, I was already busy with other things, and therefore passed me a little bit, sadly. All right. So, let's do a nice blood for blood again. Don't want to rend every time right away. So. There we go. Let's just wait until Kenneth is fully healed again. So that's interesting. What's going to happen to the Grizz now? He's going quite nuts. I love it. So we're going to go for that one here. Gotta say, this man has big balls. Yo, as though I would say this door is quite unbearable. So there's another Ibex Ram there. Boom, boom, boom. Well, I do make a couple of pronunciation mistakes, though, that make it clear that I'm not a native speaker. Although, I gotta say, I got, my whole education was British English, and I think that's something that might come through here. Although, I do mix these things up like I want them to. It's the wonderful thing about speech. You can talk like you want to. Alright. So, the Timber Wolf is hunting my Phoenix Owlcat. How dare you! You're not gonna touch Sprinkles. Or Fuchsia. Why the hell is Esdo such a slowpoke, I wonder? Enjoy the poison. Love that spell. Yeah, well, at the end of the day, Thomas, everybody is talking his own dialect. You know, there are so many ways of talking. I mean, we both as Germans know how many different ways there are to talk German. Like, compare somebody down from Bavaria with somebody from the area in the northern, I don't know how to call it in English, Friesland. You know, there are dialects here in Germany that you could barely make out as German, even as a German. Once I was hearing people even talking the dialect where I grew up, I was like first thinking that they were speaking some kind of foreign language when I suddenly realized, man, they are talking German. It's just that weird accent from around here. So, good stuff. Well, a lot of people guessed it out that I am native German. I think there must be a couple of things, but I'm not that good with languages to say, it's because you do your th like that, or your R sounds like you are definitely German. Don't know. Black Hive. What do we have here? It's quite brutal, gotta say. So let's see. One good thing about Black Hive, they always spread out because they have their wildly differing speed values. So at the end of the day, the mammoth worms always are a lot slower than their buddies. So that's playing out for us. So let's see. Actually, I think I could go here for cover. So, well, let's see how they'll actually move. So, I mean, at the end of the day, this is still better than no cover at all. So yeah, they are taking this way now. Okay. So let's see, maybe we can firebolt it. Nope. I really gotta stop wasting my spells like that in situations like these. So. Let's keep those folks here on the flank. Brash is entirely not useful here whatsoever, as though you never were supposed to be here. And now, let's see. There we go. That's what we've been talking about. So, let's see. We're going to poison that thing here. And now, let's do this like that. Or, you know what? Wait a sec. No, brush. Stop. Okay. So, how's it playing out for us so far? Let's do a bit of Fire Claw here. So that spell's just not kicking it. Alright, Kenneth. Blood Shield. Blood Shield is effing OP. Why? Because that spell is now healing my dude and healing Kenneth at the same time. So let's just slap on a regeneration and hail him at the same time. So he's going to be really tanky for us. So we've got a bit of a situation here though, so our folks have to fall back a bit. So, who am I going to put up front there? We still got the most of the nasties rolling on us, so... There we go. That thing should be kiteable now. It's really bad that it's punching down Esdo so hard. Okay. So... the big boys are coming, and how bad is it for her? Very bad. So regenerate does cost me 40 mana. I just have to get her, keep her on her feet until we can use that. I had no clue that these things are so devastating, but here we are. Okay, so Hailsham, by the way, has been overrun by the mammoth worms, so that's going to be that for him. I'm going to let him fall down there, because I don't see any chance whatsoever of him getting that done. Let's just hope that Brash is going to make the run there, but it doesn't look good for her either. So let's do the Mind Killer. Is that berserking anybody? No, it's only working on pawns, doesn't it? Yeah. Okay, so sucks to be us. I think I just lost my empath. 5 hours? Okay, Halesome is still regenerating, you know? Crazy. Problem here is now we would need our regeneration spell on that dude. On Brash. She got only 5 hours. I could put up something from Kenneth on her. Some Blood Shield or something like that, but I don't think that's going to cut it here. So let's just hope that Esdo is going to be able to run. But you know what? We're going to make West get the aggro for her. So there we go. Take a bullet in the face. Oh god, why am I so unlucky here? Usually that works. So I really don't get what's happening here. Up here, well, they are eating the entirety of my base. That had to happen at some point. So we have to run here further, as though you're not done running here either. Okay. So we got that fella. She just lost her eye. That sucks. But, well, it's one of the real bummers about Black Hive. Hey, Rory, hi there. Is that they are just not giving up. They're never giving up. They're just so freaking relentless. They are never falling back, never giving up. They're always going to be on your nerves. So, let's see. Kenneth. losing stuff of my base here, but little do I care, honestly. As long as we stay alive, it's the most important thing. Bases can be rebuilt. Sad about Brash, though. Poor thing. He's probably going to die before he's going to kick in full gear here. So let's see if we can save Hailsome. He might even have a chance. Okay. I really don't know how I should save Brash, though. Because I don't have the mana for the spells that I'd need to save her. And we're really, really far away at the same time, so it sucks. Alrighty. I hope the regen is going to save her from that bleeding wound there. So Alinike is going to be the bait. And let's run around the corner. And give them a nice fat rand. They're so dunzo. Alright, let's move Kenneth. Don't want to lose him. Oh yeah. Did you see that motion tracking bullet there? Cheaters. Alright, got a slap of blood for blood on that. Now let's just move him away. So, those fellas ate all of my solar panels. Sucks. But at least, well, let's see. Kenneth is around the corner, and we might get a lucky blood shield on her and save her with that. Let's try it at least, you know. Alrighty, so we ain't got any poison left for these guys, sadly. So, Kenneth, can you rend one more time? So, my Phoenix Owlcat died. What a tragedy. I think the poor thing will now finally die for good. You know what, guys, we're going to make the run towards this direction there. So, Kenneth. Is this thing now really faster than Esdo? 1.28 cells per second. How on earth did she get so effing slow? That doesn't even make sense. You know? Whatever. It's just, I don't want to smack a rend on that thing. While there is literally no good reason for that. Well, we can't just kite it to death. Kitty is tanking that for us. So let's do... Actually would have been better without the actions of the cat. So let's see, how's Brash? Actually, you're going to tend. And we are going to take down the Mammoth Worm. Probably. Alright. So... Well... Oh, crap. Oh, we can do one thing. Ah, no, that's too late. Alright, let's just hope that I can smuggle in somebody who's faster than Esdo. Okay, we are done with that part. I'm just so afraid that she might die now for good when she gets run over by that stupid thing once more. Yeah, death in 5 hours by now. Yeah, are we done now? Can we finally kill that stupid thing? Thank you. Damn. I really wish sometimes that you would be able to tell people, stay down. Don't get up if you can, just fucking stay down. Like, I'm really sorry for the language. This is just one thing that's bothering me since I don't know how long I play that game. It's pissing me off since such a long time, because why the hell would anybody get up again in such a situation? You would wait until it's over. Especially since those critters seem to be too stupid for serious reactions there. Okay, let's hope that the Blood Shield is going to get the job done. Sorry for, it's just... Sometimes Rimworld just does things that piss me off hard. This is one of them. So, obviously, we actually managed to save Rash. Wow. Because it doesn't make sense to me at all, you know, to behave like that. Well, actually the cat totally messed us up. The cat was trolling us hard, because if the cat wouldn't have been, I would have just slapped a rend spell on that thing and everything would have been good-o. But due to the cat, they spread out into 2, so I didn't have that much spellcasting power available, and that really sucked. That really, really sucked. It was horrible for us, so I'm quite happy that the damn kitty's gone now. Okay, we made it somehow. Although I gotta say, this is pretty much a horrible outcome, and if we get attacked one more time, we're pretty screwed. Alright, so West and Halesome need some treatment. Ah, I still can't walk. Okay. Medical emergency. It's all fine. But it would be really nice if somebody of you crazy guys could just pick her up, huh? How about that? Just saying. Okay, well. So, things I've learned. This thing here is a real liability. So we'll have to get that up like that. And we got a little bit of an infection there. Okay. So, Kenneth. He's infected. Dang. Outlaw camp. Okay. So, Kenneth. Patient, tier 1, not doctoring, bed rest, tier 1, okay. But we're just going to solve that issue simply by that. Yo, Kenneth, have the decency to carry her back to bed. She actually healed you. Alright, so... most important things right now are actually the solar generators and nothing else now. We shouldn't be working on anything else at this point. Okay. Yay, we got some power back. Alrighty, my friends, I'd say that's a really good point to end today's episode, because we barely made it out alive, and I'm very surprised that I was able to get out everybody here. I actually didn't expect that. I really thought that this could have been the point where I'd be fleeing with 1 or 2 people from the map, but as a matter of fact, worked out better than I thought. Anywho, Leave me your comments down below after this has been published, and let's see when we'll meet up again for the next session of that. I hope you guys have a good time. Leave a thumbs up on that video. It really helps a lot. And of course, consider subscribing. There's daily content coming up on my channel, and I'd love to see you guys there. Have a good one, and bye-bye.